Welcome to another episode. This is part 2 in my Sourcing in Holland, Michigan little series that I'm putting out this summer. In part 1, we visited Wooden Shoe Antiques. Today, we will be visiting Not-So-Shabby Antiques, also in Holland, Michigan. And at the end of this video, I will show you my haul from this entire day of shopping, which included Wooden Shoe Antiques, Holland Goodwill, Not-So-Shabby Antiques, and the Zeeland Goodwill. So stick around to the end of this video to see what I actually brought home. Enjoy! Not-So-Shabby Marketplace was actually new to me. I had never been here before. We were greeted when we got there by an outdoor, sort of a mini flea market. The people that were set up outside were very nice. They had super affordable vintage and not so vintage stuff, but they were very nice to talk to, and they said they were there every Saturday. Now, when I first walked into Not-So-Shabby, I kind of had low expectations because I'm not a big fan of so-called vintage or antique stores that have a lot of modern decor in them. But I don't know, there was just something about this place, and I think it was because there was such a nice balance of vintage and more modern decor. I often call it Hobby Lobby decor. And they did have a good amount of that here, but there was plenty of vintage sprinkled throughout, enough to keep me looking and keep me interested. And there's that white milk glass I'm always looking for. Lots of brass here. Well, lots of everything. Now, I will tell you, I did not see as many big sets of Pyrex and Corningware and that type of cookware at this shop. These were more single pieces, but it was just a beautiful shop. It smelled good. It was fun to walk through. It wasn't so crowded that you were, you know what I mean when I say not so crowded. You're not having to jump over merchandise that's being displayed on the floor. And so I really did enjoy this. It took us quite a while to walk through here. I'm not sure how many booths they have. Look at all the salt and pepper shakers, and you'll see here, I think there's a set for $11. Maybe that was a single. It seemed like the salt and pepper shakers were a little bit more affordable here than they had been at Wooden Shoe, but it was an entirely different selection, so I guess it depends on what you're actually looking for. But we were still in Holland, Michigan, and there was still plenty of Delft and Dutch heritage type items for us to look at. I'm not sure why that Courier on Ives got stuck back in there with the Delft, but it's blue, so hey, it works. And you will see, I mean, just as I pan across here, and I realized I was going a little too fast. Believe it or not, I have slowed the speed down on this video. I don't know why I went so fast. I think I was just super excited to get through there because every booth was absolutely beautiful, and every booth did have some vintage, and that's a plus, because sometimes if a shop is called a marketplace, that means it's more like craft supplies, modern decor, crafts that people have made, and there is a place for that, and I enjoy that. But when I'm shopping for vintage, I want vintage. I didn't notice that was an entire set of Harry Potter there when I was taping. It's funny because I go back and I look at these videos and I think, wow, I didn't really see that. I didn't really look at it. I was just videotaping. But I will try to go slower if I make an attempt to do this kind of taping again. There was really a lot of brass at this store, and it was priced pretty much retail, what you would expect. Definitely not priced for resellers to go in and purchase and try to sell. The little Wade Whimsies, I believe, were $4, that's a fair price, you know. I did find one of these pie plates that's supposed to be gaining popularity. They wanted $25 for this one. I know I have a couple of those in my Florida shop packed away for the summer. I'll have to see if I need to change the prices on those when I get back to Florida. You know, I've been looking for napkin rings, and I often pick up this Avon Cape Cod red glass if I find it at a good price, because it sells very well for me, and not just at Christmas time. It sells year round. More brass. Beautiful brass. I was just impressed by the beautiful displays. The vignettes looked so pretty. They somehow mixed all of these items in together and made them look really quite beautiful. There were probably more primitive type items at this shop than I had seen at Wooden Shoe. But hey, you know, it takes all of these shops in order for us to find a nice mix of merchandise as we're outsourcing. And I will tell you, I didn't pick up a lot in this store until we got to one of the very last booths, and then I did hit gold. So if you're interested in seeing what I did purchase on this sourcing trip, please stick around till the end of this video. If you're finding value in this video, I just want to remind you that I have several digital products in my Etsy shop created specifically for vintage sellers. Now, these are practical tools based on the same systems I use in my own business. There's an Etsy listing checklist to help you catch important details before publishing, and a bundle builder worksheet for turning smaller or slower moving items into more appealing sets. I also offer a vintage reseller business guide with planning pages and tools to help you organize your sourcing, your inventory, your listings, and your shop goals. And because pricing can get confusing, I created a gross profit margin pricing guide that helps you quickly see how your item costs and your selling price affect your actual margin. I always carry that in my purse with me when I'm outsourcing so that I don't overpay for items and then end up sacrificing my margins in the end. Now, all these products are instant downloads, so you can print them or use them digitally. You'll find them in the Etsy Seller Resources section of my shop, and I'll leave a link in the description below. Now let's move on. At Not-So-Shabby, just as at Wooden Shoe, I was seeing a lot of plates, specifically floral plates, transferware or hand painted. They seem to be pretty popular right now, so keep an eye on that. We'll see if that continues with the trend. I know a lot of people are interested in plate walls. Just lots of fun stuff here in this booth. I am a sucker for globes. My granddaughter loves globes too. I've bought her several different globes. Of course, I am attracted to that amber glass over in the corner because I collect amber glass. And in fact, if you're interested in what I collect, I have a video coming up on that. So stick around. If you want to make sure you hear about that video, please subscribe and click on the notifications, and you will be informed of when I get that video out about my collections. See, again, there was a little bit of marigold. I really didn't see much carnival glass here at all. I thought that was a really pretty pattern on those dishes there. Lots of candlestick holders, but as I mentioned in the Wooden Shoe video, I think some of them are overpriced. As a collector, I would be willing to pay the big bucks for the bald ones and the good brands, but not for the ones that say made in China on the bottom. They're just too lightweight and too prone to dents, actually. They had some beautiful artwork here. My daughter was looking for an oil painting for her living room. I don't think she found one. Got $8 on that milk glass vase. I do have a video coming up where I'm going to be working on some sets, and milk glass vases will be one of the sets I'm working on. So if you're interested in that, come back again soon and we'll talk about sets. Oh, those are just gorgeous watercolors. Beautiful. My walls in both my houses are full though, so I don't have room for any more pictures, and they were priced a little too high for me to purchase for resale. That's okay. Someone will find them and really enjoy them, I'm sure. These little flower frogs were cute for $6.95. I always feel bad when I see these personal photos. I've got so many from my own family, I can't imagine parting with them. Just a few more photos here from the shop. Their displays were quite imaginative. I loved the way they had their items grouped in vignettes and merchandised. Everything was easy to access. It was easy to see the prices on items. I don't think there were, at Not So Shabby anyway, I don't think there were any locked cases. So you were able to access everything that you wanted to look at without having to go get someone to assist you, which is always a plus. Now this little print in the corner there, you don't see it for very long. I really like that, but they wanted $44 for a little 5x7. I liked this silver plate teapot, but I have several in my shop right now. I didn't need to get another one. And milk glass. Tell me about milk glass. Do you think it's more popular now? Are you selling it? They sure had a hefty price on that lidded candy dish. I don't know. $69.99 seems like a lot. Maybe that one was special. They did have a booth here with plants in it, and some of the plants were real, some were faux, but I'm always drawn into these booths, and I often buy little vases with air plants in them just because I just think they look so pretty. They breathe life into an area in your home. And I love the way that they layered the crystal and the pottery and the brass into all those plants. This shop also sells fusion paint. If you're in the area and you are looking for fusion paint, you can get it at Not So Shabby. I did not see any wedding figurines here, but this is the booth that I ended up actually just kind of finding a bonanza at. I bought several things from this booth, and we'll talk about those in the haul, which is coming up. My aunt used to make rugs like that. She had a huge loom. We have several of her rugs still. So I think that this was a great place. I would love to go back here again. It's easy to find in Holland, and it's easy to shop, and they seem to really have something for everyone. So our last stop on this fun day of shopping in the Holland, Michigan area was at the Zeeland, Michigan Goodwill. This place was also very well organized, very clean, and quite frankly, I bought more items at this Goodwill than I had bought in any other single place all day long. So I was glad we stopped here. They had not a huge selection, but their prices were pretty good. And if you just kept looking, maybe you found a few things, and I did. My daughter found a game here that she'd been looking for a long time, the Arthur at the Library game, and it had all the pieces, and it was $3. She was thrilled because her kids are just the right age to play that game. As you can see though, here a lot of the dishes were just plain white, and of course they had a lot of mugs. I like that little owl guy, but it looked pretty new, and it was actually pretty thin ceramic. So, you know, knowing me, I'm kind of rough, as my husband says. I probably would have broken it. Not sure who's going to buy that one salt shaker, but maybe someone will come along who needs it. These are pretty, I believe they're called Stratton iced beverage glasses, but I have some in my shop already, so I really didn't need any more. Not much in the way of crystal here, really not much in the way of glassware. They did have quite a few holiday decorations out yet, but if you've watched my other videos, you know really about the only decorations I buy for Christmas are either nativity sets or porcelain Santa Clauses. So that was a really fun day, and I just want to let you know that we had the nicest lunch that day in between the Goodwill and the Not-So-Shabby Antiques at a cute little Holland restaurant called Salt and Pepper. And their decor is all vintage salt and pepper shakers. It was a really fun place to have lunch. I hope you enjoyed spending the day with me sourcing in Holland, Michigan. Now I'll end this episode with a slideshow showing you what I actually purchased that day, what I sourced, and what I'm listing it for. Thanks so much for being here today.